Phacoemulsification in slow motion. All the tips you need to master the phaco. First, the good incision. The placement of the phaco incision peripheral enough to be barely next to the limbal vessels, and symmetry of the incision. The roof and the floor should be equal. The dimensions, the width and the tunnel length should be also equal. Now, injecting dispersive OVD, you can see the wave. Once you can see the wave, you can be sure that the endothelium is coated very well with the dispersive OVD. The good capsulorhexis should be between 5 to 5.5 millimeter in diameter, should be in the center, should be centralized, and should be continuous. You can see creation of the anterior capsule flap. Then you can change with the capsulorhexis. As you can see, in this point you can keep the same distance between the pupil border and the rhexis border. As you can see, this distance is equal in all sides of the rhexis, and this is a good way to optimize a good ideal rhexis. Now the rhexis is about 5 and center. You can empty the AC, just little of OVD out from the AC. Then you can test the cannula before doing the hydrodissection to be sure that your cannula is patent. Then a good hydrodissection is marked by a good wave. You can see. Now just apply gentle pressure over the nucleus to be sure that the fluid out behind the nucleus. Then doing a gentle hydrodelineation, just gentle injection into the cortex in all sides. Then you can use dispersive OVD injection to lift up the cortex and epinucleus, and also to protect the corneal endothelium. Now, I am always prefer to test the rotation of the nucleus to be sure that I have a good rotation and the nucleus is freely separated from the capsule, and my hydrodissection was excellent. Now doing the paracentesis. As you can see here, I will do vertical chop technique, so I use the sharp pointed chopper. Sometimes you can fix the eye with the chopper while inserting the phaco probe into the eye, as you see. Phaco chop is an excellent technique that can be particularly important for dense cataract. Chopping applies much less force against the zonules because the phaco tip secures the nucleus and the manual instrument forces are directed against each other. Vertical chop works better in harder cataracts than horizontal chop, and it depends on the natural vertical cleavage plane of the lens. Vertical chop is working by impose the nucleus with the phaco tip, then using the very sharp pointed tip chopper, as you see, that descend right into the nucleus and creating a fracture that should be extend all the way back through the posterior plate. Then with sideways separation of the tip, the nucleus bisect completely in half. The process repeated over and over till the nucleus becomes progressively smaller by-shaped pieces. Then hold each piece in and emulsify it. It's very effective in hard, dense bronze cataract. As you can see, this is the last piece. Now it's the time for cortex removal. The important steps in cortex removal: it's crucial to form the capsular bag first. Then you can hold the edge of the cortex and peel the cortex sheet, as you can see, then aspirate the cortex sheet. You can repeat that all the time. As you can see, the back is formed very well. You can hold the edge, then peel the sheet of the cortex and aspirate it at the level of the rhexis. Here I change to the other side port. You can hold, then peel, then aspirate, as you can see. Now you can inject cohesive OVD to form the capsular bag and the anterior chamber, and it is the time to implant the IOL. Now I am implanting single piece hydrophobic IOL into the capsular bag and using the secondary instrument or the sense key to unfolding the haptics and to adjust the haptics of the IOL. You can adjust it horizontally or vertically, or as you see now. Then removing and washing the OVD. It is also a crucial step to remove all the OVD from the anterior chamber and also behind the IOL, as you can see, and that will prevent the spikes of the IOP during the first 2 days or first period of post-op follow-up for this patient. Then hydration of the incisions. Just you can hydrate the stroma gently, as you see. Now hydration the main incision. When you have a good incision, the hydration will be good. And thank you for watching.